Eric was one of those people that from the time he was very young, people were always drawn to. No matter what was happening in your life, just being around him would make you smile. He was my brother, my best friend, and now he's gone. That day is when my life changed forever. Everything I knew no longer existed. I was one of those people who thought that nothing like this could ever happen to me. I felt like a body without a soul, an empty shell. I was in shock, denial, and an immense pain that was both emotional and physical. I couldn't work, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. I just didn't think I could go on, and I had to find help.
In 1998, the Survivors of Violent Loss program was founded with the sole purpose of providing a safe place for people to learn to adjust to the traumatic loss of a loved one. A place where everyone understands the anger and the pain.
As the founder of the Survivors of Violent Loss program, I started really my quest many years ago when I was 19 and my sister Tiny, who was 17, was murdered in our small town community where bad things don't ever happen. This program here started in '98 through really a lot of volunteer effort from many people in the entire community. And we hopefully do provide a service to folks that is unique. And we provide not only counseling services, but support groups and annual events where people can learn to help one another through this horrific event.
Through the joining of hearts and minds, the Survivors of Violent Loss program helps people understand that they can adjust to their loss. Our team of clinical specialists and community service members all have one thing in common. They have first-hand experience with traumatic loss and the lifelong journey of coping with it. We assist with individual and group sessions, as well as various organized events to honor past victims. Most importantly, the Survivors of Violent Loss program will help people to cherish the memories of those they have lost without always feeling the flood of negative emotions that can so often destroy their lives.
I became a secondary murder victim about 2.5 years ago when my husband was murdered. He was found shot to death in his van. We had just relocated. Within 8 weeks after our relocation was when the murder occurred, and it broke me to pieces. I could not gather myself emotionally other than work. I would go to work and I was like a robot. From 8 to 5, I could do exactly what I should do at work. And the minute I got in the car, I felt all the memories come back. My mind just played over and over again, reliving the horror of his loss or the finality of his loss. And I'd go home and I was a mess. I'd come in the door, feed my son something, and then I would go to my room and cry. And this went on for quite some time until my son came in. Actually, he was 9 at the time, and said, "Mom, I'm just a kid. I can't take all this emotion."
After my father's death 4 years ago, I felt as though I'd been snatched up by some malign force and dumped on another planet and expected to learn how to breathe the air and speak the language and eat the food without knowing anything about it. So it was with a great sense of relief that I found Connie's program. And I found that by being in a group with other people, I saw the full range of emotion, from raw emotion to peaceful acknowledgement from people who had been in the process for a while. So I had some goal to look forward to. We did lots of wonderful exercises. We had ways of remembering our loved ones so that when we thought of them in the future, we wouldn't be thinking of that horrible event that brought us into group. We would be thinking about the good things, the things that we treasured. And my case had no resolution, and I didn't know what I would do after that. In some ways it was worse than the original event itself because I had nothing to look forward to. But eventually I came to the realization that I had to turn around and step out of myself and my own pain to help others, because they were the future. And by transcending my own experience, I could affect people's lives beyond my own.
Murder and suicide is a nationwide epidemic. It spans every social and economic group and paralyzes entire families with pain and anger. As a nation, we can no longer just look the other way. We have got to help. We need to give our time and resources. We need to offer a new breath of life to those who have had their lives destroyed. If you have suffered a traumatic loss due to murder or suicide, please contact us. As for the rest of us, we must help. This program takes massive community involvement and dedication and is always in need of financial help. Won't you help make a difference? Please, help us help them help each other.